Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Carl Nespoli is Dropping Names podcast, with some names you may recognize and others you may not. Tonight, I'm doing a little bit of a special episode, speaking about somebody who was really personal to me and was adored by everybody on this planet. We are coming on the 10-year anniversary of the passing of the late, great Robin Williams, one of our best comedic actors, certainly of my lifetime. And so I just wanted to share a couple of stories about him and my very short relationship with him and some funny interactions that I had with him. I want to start from the beginning. I grew up watching Robin Williams on Happy Days first, and then he moved over to his own show, Mork and Mindy. And after that, started doing guest appearances on different sitcoms. And then he transitioned over to movies and was doing great, memorable movies that we all loved. And so I was, certainly a huge fan of his. And towards the last couple of years of his life, I was one of his stunt doubles. Now, Robin had many stunt doubles. The longest stunt double, or the one with the most credit, is a Canadian stuntman named Michael Mitchell. But he had countless others, and I was just, one of many of his stunt doubles. So I get a phone call from your buddy of mine, stunt coordinator Rocky Abu Sakar, and he said, "Hey, listen, I'm doing a movie in Nashville with Robin Williams, and I think that you would make a pretty good, double for him. Are you up for it?" And I said, "Absolutely, yes. Count me in." He said, "All right, well, it's going to, entail you to come to Nashville and then get sized up by his hair and makeup people and see if, you're a good fit." He says, "But do me a favor. Don't wear your normal tight shirts." And he was giving me a hard time. He says, "Listen, I want you to get this job. You may be a little bit too, developed for him." So I said, "Okay." So the next day I packed up and I started traveling to Nashville. And he calls me up in my car and he says, "I have good news and I have bad news. What do you want to hear first?" I said, "Well, give me the bad news." And he says, "Well, Robin is not going to be here today." I said, "All right, well, then what's the, good news?" He says, "You could wear your tight shirts." So, which I was planning anyway. So I show up there, obviously, with my normal attire. And I go into the hair and makeup department. And that's the, first stop that you normally go in when you're, auditioning to double an actor. They want to make sure the hair is right, the skin tone, so on and so forth. So I walk in there, and his longtime assistant, hair person, Cherie Mins. At that time, she was with him for about 17 years. So she's looking at me and, looking at my, hair, and the makeup girl is looking at my, skin tone, and it kind of sizing me up, talking amongst each other. And I hear the, door open, and I hear, "Holy shit, who is this guy? He's built like a brick shithouse." And I turn around and it's Robin Williams. And I go, "Oh God." So Rocky introduces me. He says, "Robin, this is Carl Nespoli, he is possibly your stunt double. So he looks at me and he goes, I like him. And he walks out. So now they're obligated to me because Robin made his, choice. So, Cerise said, listen, don't color your hair. You saw Robin's hair. Don't color it. And the makeup girl said, stay out of the sun. Obviously, I have to lighten up your, skin tone because you're much darker. And so I got the job. And I was ecstatic. I mean, it was, I mean, uh, I was blessed to double many actors that I was very, very fond of. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, William Shatner. Once again, one of many of their stunt doubles, never their only or main stunt double. So I wanted just to get that out there. But anyway, Robin was just, he held a special place to me, and just like the others, so it was something that I was really looking forward to. So on my first day, it's a scene where, Robin is in a very dramatic role. And so this is a serious movie. The movie was entitled Boulevard, where he plays a bank manager who falls in love with this young streetwalker male, this young boy. And this boy's, I guess, pimp or other lover, looks to blackmail Robin, who is married in this movie. So he goes to, pressure Robin into doing things for him. And so one of the scenes is he gets confrontational and then physical with Robin. So the director says, listen, all I need is a yelling match, and then he's going to push you, Robin, but right before you fall down, we're going to do a cowboy switch where Carl is going to take the fall. So Robin said, absolutely, I got it, not a problem. So we line up, dialogue goes, getting ready for the push there. Does the push, boom, Robin hits the ground, flatbacks, boom, sells out. We all look at him, stands back up, looks at me, says, sorry, boss, sorry about that. I won't do it again. I said, no, Robin, I got that. So the first AD goes up to, Robin says, listen, we have Carl here. He's all, padded up. He'll take that flat back. So Robin says, I got it. Not a problem. So take two. Director calls action. They have their dialogue. They get ready for the push. He pushes them. Boom. Robin hits the ground again. Sells out completely. Flat back. Boom. The director goes, Robin, no. You don't have to. We'll do this. Carl's here. Stands up, looks at me. Sorry, boss. He called everyone boss, so I wasn't getting special treatment. He says to me, sorry, boss, I won't do it again. So now I'm like, really embarrassed because once again, I've got on my elbow pads, my back pad, my tailbone. I was ready to sell out, but Robin's selling out better than I am, and he doesn't have pads on. So we do the, third take, and he promises all of us that he's not going to take the fall. Director calls action, dialogue, the push, boom, he sells out again. So that's it. Director goes, all right, Carl, we're going to just put you in there. The shove is going to be a little bit harder, but I got the fall, so I don't need, you to hit the ground. I'm just going to put a pad right in back of you. So I'm the stunt double. I am completely padded up. And they have this big cushion pad on the, ground next to me, which they weren't going to see. And I'm up there, red face, getting embarrassed. So I'm ready to, do this, push with this pad. And director calls, ready. And Robin screams, hold it, hold it. Runs out to me, taps my back, taps my elbows, taps my tailbone, checks all my pads and goes, okay, boss. And then runs out. And I was embarrassed. We did the action and I fall comfortably on this soft mat. And it was just one of my first exchanges with him. And everybody was cracking up. After that scene, Robert had some more dialogue outside. And at, that time, two carloads of, I'll call them gangbangers. They had every indication of being gangbangers, and they had their music going on, and they were screaming, Robin, Robin, Robin. So Robin looks at them and goes, shh, listen, man, I'll come out there. Just, keep it down. Let me just do this dialogue and then I'll come on over. So now the first assistant director is looking at me and Rocky, the stunt coordinator, and goes, Robin cannot go out there. And we were like, well, what do we do? And we had two extras playing police officers. So he says, well, get these cops to tell them that it's not going to happen. I said, well, those are background artists. They're not real cops. So anyway, the two carloads quiet down, turn off the radio, give him perfect silence. Robin does the dialogue and then is getting ready to walk over there, and everybody's panicking. Pulls down his pants halfway and walks over. What's up, my brothers? Blah, blah, blah. And he's just talking jive to them. I mean, and they are going along with it. They're loving it. They're absolutely loving it. And he just had maybe a couple of minutes with them, taking photos with them. And we all thought, this is it. Robin's going to get killed. They loved him. They absolutely loved him, got along with him. No other actor could have done this because, in a way, he was mimicking them, almost making fun of them, but he wasn't. And they understood that. They accepted that, and they went with it. So he went back to continue his dialogue. Another carload comes up. So now these two guys, these two carloads, are now quieting the other car to quiet down, and it was just amazing. And once again, that was Robin Williams. No other actor, first of all, would have went across the street and came out alive. But Robin did, because he was even loved by, everyone. So that was something else that was really, really memorable with him. Another scene that I had did with him was I was going to take a slap from an actor for Robin, and it was a cowboy switch again. He was going to do the dialogue, and the actor opposite him was going to pretend like he's walking away and give a huge slap to Robin. So Robin agreed that I was going to jump in for that slap. So the actor, the young actor, was real hesitant about smacking me. So the first take, he winds up, gets ready for the slap. Robin and I switch, whack, smacks me across the face. So the focus guy, the pull focus guy next to the camera says, sorry, Carl, you were out of focus. We have to do this again. So the director asks the actor to slap me harder, and I had agreed. It was fine. This has to be, pretty brutal, slap. So we did the second take, and he slapped me pretty hard the second take. And once again, the pull focus guy says, Carl, I'm sorry. Once again, you were out of focus. So, now I knew this was going to be the third one. Third's a charm. But I wanted to slap hard or harder than the, prior two. So I told the director, I said, right before action, just hesitate. And he goes, what are you going to do? I said, just hesitate. So we get to do the scene. Then I jump in, director calls ready, and I pull back and I slap the actor, and he looks at me, what the? And he just realizes that I was, setting him up, and he winds up and slaps me as hard as he can, knocks me out of the frame, pretty much almost knocked me out that my ear was bleeding. Robin jumps in, covers me, and said, that's it. That's it. Whether we got the focus or not, doesn't matter. Carl's done. Carl is, Carl's done. And I would say he came to my rescue, and he said to me, boss, no more. You're not taking no more slaps from me. And that was something that was really personal to me, that my actor was now trying to protect, me. And there was, so many different instances or funny, things on that movie Boulevard, but I don't want to take up too much time. But Cherie pulled me over and said, listen, Robin really likes you, and he asks for you all the time, even for the smallest things. Do me a favor, or do Robin a favor. Don't mess up your, relations with him. Don't try to pass him a script or anything. She said the last stunt double tried to pass him a script, and, it didn't work out. And I said, absolutely not. I am 100% professional with my actors. I don't speak to them unless they address me. But Robin made it so easy. And a lot of times we were getting made up at the same time, in the morning, 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m., and he would be sitting next to me. It was him and I and Cherie working on him, and he would be doing shtick at 6 a.m. Belly aching, the material. And now we know that was his way of maybe calming himself down by bringing laughter to others. I didn't know that at the time, and I'm just, guessing it. But at 6 a.m., who wants to belly laugh? And I mean, hysterically laugh, but I was just, waking up. So I believe if he wasn't famous and was my friend, I probably would try to avoid him in the morning, because it was so damn hilarious. But I'm still waking up. I don't want to belly laugh. But anyway, it was Robin, and everything was accepted, appreciated, and I there were moments that I'll never, forget. One last scene or stunt double thing that I had did for Robin was on his TV show, The Crazy Ones. Robin was on this episode. They were doing a company softball game, and Robin was the least athletic player on the team, and they were trying to not replace him, but pick him like, dead last. Like he wasn't the top player that they were trying to, get on that team. So anyway, in one of the scenes, he's in an office, and they're having kind of like this catered meeting. And on this table is all different food and, desserts and glasses and silverware. And it's just, a table full of what you would see at a picnic. And in this scene, one of the co-stars throws a softball to Robin to catch. Robin is supposed to fumble for it and then go through this table that was set up. Once again, the setup that was, kind of explained to him, the director said, "We're going to toss the ball to you, fumble for it. I'm going to cut right there, pull in tighter, switch you out with Carl, and then Carl's going to go through the table." So Robin said, "Okay, I got it, boss," to the director. And so they set up everything. And I go to the first assistant director. I said, "Listen, Robin's going to go through that table." And he goes, "What? Wait, what? What do you mean? What did you say to him?" I go, "I didn't say anything. I said, Robin is going to go through that table." "No, he's not. No, Robin." "Yes, sir." Listen, so you're going to fumble for the ball, right? And then we're going to cut there. And then Carl's going to go, "Yep, I got it, boss." So Robin was, on board, all that action. So the first assistant, director says, "All right, well, Robin's got it." And I said, "He's going through that table." So Robin, once again, just fumbled. "Got it, boss." Okay. So the director calls action. The co-star tossed the softball to him. Robin goes up, right through, right through the table. And once again, I'm all padded up because it was a hard floor with just a light covering of carpet. Robin sells out a flat back through the whole table. Everything goes flying up, and the first AD and the director looks at me, and I go, "Guys, I know Robin. I knew he was going. There was nothing that you could tell him that he wasn't going to do. He didn't mean to. He did not mean to. He really didn't want to go through that table, but he's such a dedicated actor that he just went with it. He wasn't showing off or anything, and he sold out. Once again, he jumped up right through that table. So now they had to reset it, and I had to do it once again, padded up, and I did it. And even with pads, it hurt. I mean, not hurt, but I felt it, even padded up. This is how dedicated Robin was. Just so many funny interactions with him. Like I said, we've lost a lot of great actors and singers and, musicians and so on and so forth. But there's something about the passing of Robin Williams that we all just feel like it was a family member, like it was somebody that we knew personally. And still, to this day, it's hard to believe that he's gone. His movies live on. Um, you know, uh, we still get to enjoy his performances, and we still laugh as if he was still around. Um, I've been blessed to be in this man's company. I was a kid from Brooklyn. I had no business being on set with this guy. Huge talent. He owed me nothing, but he gave me his personal time, um, and just recognized me, knew my name. This is a man that had so much on his mind, so many doubles. I was just, honored to be in his, company. As corny as it sounds, I was genuinely honored to be in this man's company, and I cherish every second with him. Um, and so I just wanted to share that with you. Um, and so until next time, this is Carl Nespoli signing out. Nano Nano.